Hello guys, and welcome to your pick a card reading. So today you're going to choose between number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now all of the jewelry here is handmade by me. Number 1 is a quartz point pendant. Number 2 is a goldstone dragonfly moon goddess pendant made by me as well. And number 3 is a quartz point ring. And number 4 is a rose quartz dragonfly moon goddess pendant. And all of these pieces will be added to the shop if they're not on there already. Go to www.theenchantedone.com if you're interested in purchasing any of these pieces. The pendants will come with a chain. The rings are adjustable and they are silver plated, so they won't tarnish. The timestamps are down below in the description box. Now to start off with number 1. So number 1, you've got the Resurrection, the Princess of Swords, and the Three of Cups. So what I'm picking up from this combination is that you guys may feel a little bit off balance right now, some more off balance than others. For some of you, it could have been a breakup that spiraled you into feeling off balance. For others of you, there's just so many numerous things that could have knocked you off balance. Here's what I'm feeling for different people. But you're being told that you will have a resurrection. You're gonna go through this rebirthing energy, but you need to walk your truth. You need to be authentic with yourself and re-examine the meaning of life. It's really time to pay attention to your surroundings, question your reality, okay? Don't just, okay, it's funny because I'm getting the message, don't just go with the flow, which is funny because usually the message is go with the flow. But there needs to be a balance here between going with the flow and putting in your own energy and exerting your own will in your life and on your surroundings. So there needs to be a balance between the two. Don't be a fly on the wall when it comes to this play called life, because you are the star. You're not, you know, baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, first of all. So definitely don't be a fly on the wall when it comes to your existence. Again, there needs to be a balance here. So for some of you, it's that energy of not exerting enough focus or willpower and manifesting and creating an impact on your surroundings in your life. For others of you, it's the opposite. It's, you know, trying to control things too much, micromanaging. So whichever end of the spectrum you're on here, I'm feeling both of those for whoever's listening to this coming up here. So which one are you? Whatever the case is, tone it back or amp it up, okay? If you are not exerting enough willpower, amp it up. Amp up the action, amp up the manifestation skills here. You know, don't go with the flow as much. And for those of you who are micromanaging and over-controlling, over-stressing, not just over-stressing, but just, you know, just trying to control things or even possibly people too much, tone that down. There needs to be a balance here, okay? A balance between the two, between going with the flow but also exerting your free will on your surroundings, but in a non-dominant way. Okay, so once you can do that, then you're being told, you know, I feel like you have a warm surrounding, people who really care about you. And I'm really feeling that a lot of you may not have seen that. There may have been some losses here. I'm really feeling like there's a lot of you guys in this group have experienced some sort of loss or some sort of like your focus are stuck on the past or regret of the past. Whatever the case is, it's an energy that is affecting you in the heart chakra. So I'm feeling sadness, loneliness. For some of you, I'm hearing betrayal. Whatever the case is, it's going to be different for all of you in your situation. Through this loss, through whatever this lower frequency energy is that you are experiencing that knocked you off balance, You are transforming, you're learning a huge lesson, and you will be reborn. And through this transformation, I see you're going to open your eyes to the fact that you have people that care about you around you. Like, you're just gonna start to realize people care about you, people that you didn't really acknowledge, like, wow, these people genuinely truly care about me. I see you like realizing that and opening your eyes to that. If you haven't started to realize that just yet, you will. Part of your advice that's going to help you through this rebirthing energy is, first of all, walk in your truth. Be authentic to yourself. Second of all, connect with like-minded individuals, connect with friends, and you will be fine. I feel like you're ultimately going to go through this resurrection. Ultimately, you will find the light. You will find the way. So you don't even have to force it. I feel like you're going to go through it, but with this advice, it's going to help you get there quicker. All right, so that's your message number 1. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com, and don't forget to visit the shop if you're interested in this pendant or any of my jewelry. All of my jewelry is handmade. You guys have an enchanted day. Hello, group number 2. So you've got the Prince of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the color card here. You picked the Goldstone Dragonfly Moon Goddess pendant, handmade by me. Don't forget to check out my shop, guys. Okay, you're way too much in your head. A lot of you guys, it's funny, number 1 got a similar message and being way too caught up in the past. And I'm just seeing you really caught up here in your head in regards to something of the past, which is causing you a lack of clarity. And even for some of you, it's causing you hesitation. For others of you, it's like this lack of clarity of something from the past is causing you to hesitate in something now. But you're being told to follow your integrity here. You've got the crow in this picture. You're being told to follow your integrity. I really feel like you guys have been put through the ringer. This group here, you have been put through the ringer. You are tired, you're overthinking, and there's just like this energy of being burnt out and just tired of fighting kind of energy. Feeling like you can't fight anymore. But it's funny because I see you gaining that second win. I see that you're going to pick up that sword. See, he's dropping the sword here. You're going to be picking up that sword, and what's going to give you that vitality again, that energy, that willpower, is listening to your integrity, listening to your truth, and standing up for what you believe in. You do need to have a little more balance here within the mind and intuitive abilities. So balance and tune into your intuition. I feel like by tuning into your intuition, you're going to be gaining the clarity that you need, and with this clarity, you will have the ability to fly high, to raise your frequency, because right now it's like a lower frequency energy right now. You will have that ability to raise your frequency and charge forth into victory in whatever situation this is for you that has had you feeling burnt out or beaten down. I'm really feeling that for some of you, this, whatever it is that's burning you out or beating you down, is actually just your own inner dialogue, your own inner judgments, your own criticism, your own inner critic. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like this negative thoughts pattern, this cycle. For others of you, it's very much something outside of you. But for most of you, I'm really feeling like it's more so in your head. You're not grounded. You're being told to ground yourself, slow down. And when you're grounded, you'll gain more confidence in yourself. And you'll know which direction to head in without a doubt. You'll just know. And with this confidence, you will head off into victory. Remember, your intuition is guiding you along the way. So don't just rely heavily on your thoughts. Don't just rely heavily on the brain. There needs to be a balance within the brain and the intuition. If you guys don't know, our organs are all communicating to us. It's not just our brain. Our brain's an organ communicating to us. Our stomachs is an organ communicating to us. Our heart are an organ communicating to us. So The messages we get from our stomach, for example, our gut, is just as strong and important as the messages we get from our heads, from our brains. It just communicates with us in a different way. Hashtag intuition. Okay? So, I strongly recommend you guys meditate, and I say that a lot, but I really, really know that meditation helps so much. But this group really needs to meditate. You've been through a lot, you're tired, and I'm really feeling that you're starting to gain some strength back already for most of you. But if you're not feeling that yet, you need to connect with your intuition, and there's no better way than to meditate. Clear your mind. Slow down. If you'd like to purchase a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. And you can also purchase this pendant there. You guys have an enchanted day. So group number 3, the ones who chose the quartz ring. You guys have the Queen of Swords, the Strength card, Major Arcana, and Illumination. So I'm going to read Illumination for you out of the book, and it says, your creativity is blocked at present because you are not expressing how you truly feel. To unblock your creativity, you need to express your feelings. Creativity is first and foremost about self-expression. Every piece of art, no matter what the subject or style, is a self-portrait. Express everything you feel inside you, good, bad, beautiful, or ugly. Everything is valid, so don't place judgments or restrictions on yourself. Your creativity has no boundaries apart from the boundaries you place on it yourself. Creativity is the essence of your life, and self-expression is creativity's voice. Self-expression heals and liberates you. It illuminates your mind and heart. All you need is to let your feelings come through. So for this group, you will find the strength in whatever situation you are in through creativity. I really feel that this group, you guys are creative people. Whether you create with your hands or you are very good at visualizing things and making them happen. You have a lot of strength behind you. So if you're going through any sort of path right now where you're trying to monetize anything, any creative project or any project at all, you will succeed as long as you balance the heart and the mind. As long as you make sure you're not too harsh on yourself and too harsh on your creations, and don't restrict yourself. For others of you, I feel like you are in a place where your heart and mind are not balanced. And again, it's almost like having to break that cycle of negative thinking in regards to your life in general. And also just placing restrictions and limitations on yourself. So it's time now to break free. It's time to wake up. It's making me think of the title of that book by David Icke. Human Race, Get Off Your Knees. And he describes that we're like lions sleeping. Well, it's time to let the world hear your roar. It's time to break free from the mold that you've been living. So don't be over analytical. Balance the heart with the mind. Walk your path of truth and of least resistance. And I see success for you here. Alright, if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day. Also, you can check out the shop if you'd like to purchase this ring or to check out any of my other handmade jewelry. Number 4. You guys have the 3 of Swords, the King of Swords, and Sacred Sexuality. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you out of the book. And it says, sexual energy is perhaps the strongest motivating force that we humans possess. Yet this energy is also one of the most misunderstood and misused energies. Sexual energy, when honored and combined with love, takes on a sacred form and becomes an extraordinary power. This form of sexual energy is the greatest creative force on our planet. Great achievements in all areas of life are possible when we learn to control and direct our sexual energy towards a particular endeavor. Sacred sexuality is a spiritual merging of two souls. This merger may be physical and spiritual, or it can be a purely spiritual one. Both are equally valid and powerful. Sacred sexuality is also a communion with the divine. Reflected through one another, you become face to face with the God, Goddess of all creation, God, Goddess of all there is. It is through such a union that you soon experience a most profound sense of love and bliss. This experience will have a profound effect on your life. Honor it, for it is truly sacred. Thank the universe for this blessing. So it's interesting because with the Three of Swords from this deck, I'm really feeling that you guys are breaking free from sexual shame or guilt of the past, or sexual shame or guilt that have been pushed onto you by society or people around you growing up. Whatever the case is, I see you reclaiming your power here. I see you healing sexual hurt. So whatever sexual traumas you have gone through in your life, no matter how big or small, I see you healing these within yourself now and reclaiming your power by doing so. Releasing that shame, releasing the guilt, releasing the hurt of the past. I see that for a long time you guys were walking around with the Three of Swords and those three swords in your heart, but here those swords are no longer in the heart. So this person, the heart here is actually like pink and bright. So even though you still have some of that energy attached to you, you are releasing that now. You're becoming more full of light as opposed to full of darkness and sadness. And it doesn't have to be in regards to sexuality. I just feel like there was a lot of hurt within you from the past and from a lot of things that have happened to you before. You've gone through a lot. And I'm really feeling like you've gone through a lot physically. Like I said, it doesn't have to be sexually. For a lot of you, it is sexually. But for others of you, you could have even been like physically abused or even mentally abused. I feel that you've gone through abuse is the word here, okay? Sexual, physical, mental, one or the other. But you are now healing that within yourself and claiming your power. You're no longer allowing the past to have this power over you. I want to get a clarifier card for these really quickly before I continue the reading. Wow, that's quite interesting. So you've got the Three of Cups here clarifying these two. So with the King of Swords here, because of everything that you went through in the past, because of this pain, because of all the hardships you have gone through in your life, because whoever chose this group, you've gone through a lot more than most people go through, okay? I'm just gonna say that right now. But your soul chose to go through this because ultimately you're headed to sacred sexuality, which to me is the twin flame. Ultimately, you are going to be in this twin flame union within this lifetime. Not all people unite with their twin flame. Even if they find them, they may not go into union until another lifetime, but you guys are going to go into union within this lifetime with your twin flame. And in order to do so, you had to clear out karma. You had to clear out your karma, so that's where that came in. And then with the King of Swords here, you're going from the Three of Swords energy into the King of Swords. You, even though someone did you wrong, you're a very fair person and you've learned a lot. I feel like you've grown a lot intellectually from what you've gone through. It's almost like in the past you were not very grounded, you were not very present. You had this escapism energy in the past, so that made it so that you weren't so present, and again, not standing in your power for a majority of your life. But again, I see you changing that now and starting to claim your power. I see that once you claim your power, for some of you, you've already claimed your power. For others of you, you will be shifting into the King of Swords energy. You're starting to claim your power. And in this energy, I still see you being a very righteous, honorable person, making fair decisions. And I just see that you have grown a lot intellectually, and now you are very, very present. You're very sharp, and you're very aware of any red flags that may pop up in any situation, and you know how to handle yourself appropriately now because of everything you've been through. I feel like you've gone through a lot of unfair treatment in the past, and you're just like, why is this happening to me if I'm a good person? Well, it's because your soul chose to go through these things with these other souls in order for you to grow and evolve in this way. Now you know a lot more than you knew before, and you can now help a lot of other people who are in similar energies that you were in at one point. So with this standing in your power, you are creating the Three of Cups. You're calling in your soul family. You are making the most out of what, it's almost like you were in this energy of loss. You were in this energy of regret, despair for a large part of your life. And you have been shifting that. I feel like you've been working on that consciously to try to evolve into the King of Swords, and to get up off the floor. You've been working on yourself. You've been working on evolving, expanding your consciousness, and because of this you are doing so. Your manifestation is coming into fruition here in the form of wisdom, intellect, strong intuitive abilities. Even though it's a King of Swords and it's about the mind, I do feel that you are connected to your intuition as well. I see that you are in alignment with your path. And what you once saw as a loss, what once bothered you, no longer bothers you. I just see you like a lot of blessings bestowed upon you and the people around you as well. Because of what you went through, you are now elevated to a higher frequency. And again, I see twin flame union here. And it's because you went through everything you went through. Alright, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. Also, don't forget to check out my shop. There is a link for that down below if you'd like to purchase this pendant or any other of my handcrafted jewelry. You guys have an enchanted day.